Friends, welcome to the seventh episode of Entrepreneur's Pet. Today we have an architect on our show who's come to this megapolis Mumbai from a small city Akola with big dreams in his eyes. He did his architecture here, got into a career which was bright, shining, and rapidly rising. And one fine day, he decided that he is not going to work for anyone. He's going to work for himself. And there started the journey of a very successful architect called Sandeep Mhatre. I'm Nimish Desai, business efficiency consultant and Amazon best-selling author of the book named The Power of Being Organized. Before I invite today's guest, give me exactly 1 minute to tell you about what we do at Prescient Strategist. Welcome back, friends. Now let's welcome today's guest, architect Sandeep Mhatre. Welcome, Sandeep.
Thank you, Nimish bhai.
So, how are the days going?
Days are going good today. Sunday has been always relaxing for all of us. And definitely there are challenges in today's market, but still things are positive and hope it will be very good soon for all of us.
For so many of us, every day has become a Sunday nowadays.
Exactly.
So, in fact, I think today morning, my wife woke me up and said, "You don't have your show today." I said, "What is the day today?" So, yes, so disoriented you've become nowadays that it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's so difficult to know. Sandeep, I mean, when we had spoken, and I was so intrigued and amazed by your real story of it's like a Hindi movie, small town boy coming to a big town, getting in
Yes.
love with a rich girl and getting married, and you were in love with a rich profession called architecture, and you got married to it. So why don't you share your story with all our viewers today as to how did this actually happen?
Firstly, let me thank you, Nimish bhai, for inviting me here. It's an honor to be a part of your show.
My pleasure.
And it's really good you started this platform of introducing entrepreneurs and sharing ideas with upcoming entrepreneurs. And definitely a lot of people around can learn from this sessions. So coming back to the question, it started from a very small town called Akola. As you know, like those days was always difficult for all of us. Many people were like from a struggling background. The childhoods things were very difficult, but certain good things that happened. That my parents were always like had a vision in their mind. They wanted to as all the parents, like my parents also wanted me to grow into something big. So they always used to teach me, give those value structures. And it happened like that. And first best thing that happened to me is they enrolled me, or they, my school was Mount Carmel English Medium High School. So I was lucky to get admission there. And still that time the fees would be hardly say 40 rupees a month or something like that. But that also was being challenging at times. So one of the best schools in Akola. Yeah, this is you're on mute.
Very
Yeah.
expensive because We in Mumbai, in my days, I paid what, 5 rupees in fifth standard, 6 rupees in sixth standard, 10 rupees
Wow.
in 10th standard. People
Wow.
can't even dream of those kind of fees now.
Yes, yes. Even was in my nursery, it must be like 20 rupees a month or something like that, or 40,
10
25
rupees
rupees a
acha
month.
tareek peon doesn't take to get you an appointment.
Yeah, yeah. So that way, and we definitely got good company from childhood. My friends were all good. From childhood was very average and above average student in my entire life. So and sports was my interest: cricket, football, and basketball and volleyball, and I used to play everything there. So from Akola, I got when I first listened about or heard about big cities, big professions, and I was really impressed. And from the childhood, there was always a hammering that yes, I have to do something big in my life, something good in my life. So those stage of life at that time was too difficult stage, and there were people around me who were always guiding me, mentoring me, plus, my dad was in a profession, very small business kind of a thing, and where the other businessmen were always empowering, like the value structure they learned. So, especially this businessman had a strong value structure. So, we were always in the company of business people. And Akola is more like into like trading and business kind of communities are more there.
What exactly? I mean, I was more fascinated when you came to Mumbai and for the first time when you saw Mumbai. What was your reaction?
Yes, yes, yes. The first time I came alone to Mumbai after doing my 12th standard from Akola, and first day was difficult. First day is looking at this big city, so many people around running here and there, so many vehicles I never saw in my life. First day I literally cried here. So that was
You know, for us, it becomes very amusing. Honestly, don't take it wrong, but
yes,
we've always lived around so many people. And when I hear from so many people, कि इतने आदमी देख के बौखला गया, I mean,
exactly.
it's really amazing and very
And
amusing.
there was nobody in Mumbai. I was alone. Nobody I knew in Mumbai. I was alone going across the street. I took my own admission there in JJ College in near VT station. I have to come back to Bandra. Took my own admission in the hostel. I have never done this process in my life. This was the first time doing everything.
What
So
happened in the hostel? That was an interesting case. Tell people about that.
yes. So when I first came to a hostel, there was a watchman sitting at the gate, and he said that there are no rooms available. You go back. So as usual, like I had to just like something strike my mind. I said, if I go back, I have to give my admission also. I have to like leave JJK's seat and I have to go back to Akola. So, and I'm not going back. Whatever is there, I want to do it here. I have no money to take a place as a paying guest or stay in a flat. I have no money for that. And we are a background. I told about the background, everything. So he was like impressed, and he immediately went to the warden and gave me admission on the same day, gave me a confirmed room in the hostel. So it went like that.
So what happened after that? I mean, once you did that, what's the journey so far? I mean, I understand you worked with some real big firms, if I'm not wrong, Patli Boy, Ratan.
Yeah, we Bartley boy and we are all same college basically. But I didn't get a chance to work with him. I'll tell you what happened when I first entered the college. Even the architecture was a new field to me. So in the first 2 years, I was thinking to give it up. So, but later I thought like once I invested 2 years into architecture, it's not good to give it up. Whatever I have to do, I'll do in the same field, and I'll do it here only. So every business we can make it big. So that's what.
That's the message that all those young entrepreneurs tuned in today. Don't give up. Come what may.
Never ever give up. Yes,
Don't
come
give
what
up.
may.
You
There
never
will be
know next step
challenges.
takes you where.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So I continued architecture, and I always knew it's a glamorous field. It is a lot of big ticket business. So we continued there, and I happened to work with a few large names in the industry. One is Jones Lang LaSalle. JLL is a big company. I was working there for a lot many years. Few of the big companies and MNCs, the projects we have done across is like very lucky to work with foreign architects and consultants, do projects for companies like Microsoft, then it was Merrill Lynch, then it was NCR, it was Bombay Dyeing, and lot many big names. Cognizant was very big name. Telstar is a
While
very big name.
working,
Visa, Canon, many companies. Yeah.
so this kind of companies when you were working and then you were, well established in those foreign firms, what made you start on your own? I mean, what was the key driving force for you to become an entrepreneur, become an architect on your own? I mean, independent firm.
Yes. So one, as I told you from my childhood, are all the communities and people around us were all businessmen people. So one was that key, whatever I have to do, I have to do it for myself. I have to do it on my own. Doing a job for almost 10, 12 years was just gaining experiences and learning the tricks of the trade. So that is the reason, and it was always in the back of the mind, karna hai to khud ka hi karna hai, bas, I have to work for myself. So that was one key factor that helped me start my business.
And we know, okay, you are not allowed to do ads and other things like how we do. I mean, the
True,
way we can do. So
true.
how do you market your business? I mean, what kind of tactics has really been successful for you to garner that kind of a clientele?
Yeah. So one is the clientels knew me personally as what are the core competence, what are the performances we have delivered across in my career in the background. So clients knew me personally and my performance. One is that factor. Marketing wise, it's just a word of mouth. It's just developing relationships. Once somebody knows that this person is going to deliver it right and perfect and bring excellence to their project, so that is the main key driver force to market myself.
In fact, Sandeep, we have a client who's a upcoming architect and interior designer.
Yeah,
And when we sat with him and discussed all this, and that's how we know okay, you can't actually market yourself.
true,
I said, but there's nothing that stops you from giving knowledge to people.
exactly,
So why don't you on a LinkedIn, Facebook, on YouTube, make your videos and post which is giving knowledge.
true,
And at the same time, you're building your visibility, you're building your credibility. Because if you're talking on a certain subject, that means you know about it. And if people understand what you're talking, then your credibility is developed. So probably even you can look at it. I mean, all those architects and interior designers think that you can't market. Please understand, you can share knowledge. I mean, like we say, we share a lot of free knowledge. Why? Because knowledge was there in this world even otherwise. Knowledge is free to share. What we charge for is for implementation, because not many people do. I mean, you and I know people listen to thousands of videos. How many they actually implement? Because there's nobody to, accountable. So give your knowledge free and charge them for the implementation. And the
perfect,
implementation for you is designing.
exactly, perfect.
That's how it goes. I mean, that's the way it goes. Now, coming back to that, now I give you a new idea just now. अभी बैठे बैठे बात करते करते हो गया. In your field, what inspires you? What gives you new ideas? I mean, how do you generate all those great designs from your mind? Any literature or your thought process or what it is?
It's always starts with a demand and supply. That's the biggest thing. So as and when times change, generation of a new idea comes from the very fact that there is a demand for such a solution. So demand for designing an office or any interiors in a specific way is the need of the hour, the changing times. So
Any specific case that you can, no, without giving names, can discuss with us? Is something which was a
yes,
demand and you solved it?
yeah. So certain factor, the recent factors are today the clients are asking us to design the space in terms of considering the COVID norms, what the social distancing norms and all those kind of things. So we are implementing those things. So how to design a COVID space? So there's a demand in the market. We have to design a space considering safety factors, social distancing norms, all those parameters. So definitely those 6 feet away desking, arranging those desks in 6 feet away. We have to draw circles to make sure every person is at 6 feet or that 1 meter or 1.5 meters distance away from each other. And we also have to design those interiors keeping in those norms, keeping in mind those norms. So that's how all new ideas are generated depending upon a demand what your clients has.
That's another learning from all those people who are tuned in today. Listen to the market, listen to the demand. Don't put your ideas topify on the client. Listen
Exactly.
to what the market is talking to you. And I think that's a great positive to have, to able to listen to what market is saying today. Correct?
True.
Now, in all this, I mean, in years that you've done this, tell us about one incident which has been most satisfying for you till date. I mean, you can very proudly wear it on your sleeve or your heart.
Yeah.
Okay, this was the most satisfying moment for me in my life till date.
Till date, there are many moments, satisfying moments, and every project is a new project for us. So whenever I deliver a project on time, within budget, successfully completed, effortlessly executed, made it snag free, everything goes well at the end of the day. That is the most satisfying moment because all the projects are so hectic and interior projects are
I know.
highly time bound projects, highly pressurizing. Uh, and once we deliver that project, the client is happy. That's the most satisfying moment of us to look our clients happy. And we take every step, strive ourselves to achieve those excellences in every stage of the project. So that's our specialty, and that's our USP of thoughtful design, effortless execution, and snag-free projects.
Wow. Now, every human being, whether they admit or no, are bound and live by certain habits, good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are the your good habits that you've inculcate that has made you so successful? I mean, this would really help all those young entrepreneurs who's listening in today or in future will watch this on a YouTube. What are
Yeah.
your habits?
So, as we learn from our surroundings, the best learnings we have is from the Bhagavad Gita, which I follow a lot.
Wow.
Second, I admire Ratan Tata ji for his everything he do, whatever like his lifestyle, the humbleness, the down to earth nature, the uh, things he do for the society. Everything I admire him a lot. So one habit I would say the biggest habit is we should have as entrepreneurs or as a good people as a person is basically empathy. We should
Wow.
empathize with everyone around, be it
Even our employees.
be it employees, be it a situation, be it a client, be it a family, be it a friends. Empathy is something very important. Second thing is perseverance. Like we should keep going, keep going, keep
Ah,
going,
yeah.
keep doing your best.
You and I wouldn't be sitting here had you not had that habit.
True, 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 true. And few of the sayings from Bhagavad Gita, which is like just do your best, कर्म करता जा बच्चा फल की चिंता मत कर. So we just keep doing your best.
ये
So
आज
we
के
have to
जमाने
follow
में
those
लोगों को
things.
पता
Yeah,
नहीं चलता. पब्लिक आज बोल रहे हैं फल पहले दे दो, कर्म में उसके हिसाब से कर लूंगा.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So people today are running in a rat race. Actually, most of them are behind those worldly materialistic things, and yeah, we have to be contented and satisfied also with whatever is there with you. So I follow those things, uh, and that's our biggest achievements. You can say the learnings what I have from Bhagavad Gita and Sri Ratan Tata.
So, I mean, this pops another question in my mind. I mean, since you spoke about Bhagavad Gita and Ratan Tata ji, that what ethics you very strongly and religiously believe in. I mean, okay, come what may, I will not break this ethics of mine, this professional ethic of mine. I mean, what I mean to say is, what kind of a mantra do you live by as a professional?
Yeah, the mantra is we have to be ourselves is the biggest thing. And by saying that, let me explain it. Certain things that we follow is uh, one is integrity. One is the biggest thing within ourselves, within the team, and with the clients. Whatever we are inside, that's what we are outside. So that's what is one of the value structures of organization is. Second is we strive to achieve excellence for every stage of our life, every stage of our business, every stage of our project. We strive to achieve excellence. Third is entrepreneurship. So these are three value structures we focus on. The third value of entrepreneurship is basically we inspire every person around us in our business to be entrepreneurs on their own. So this gives a lot of accountability,
I know,
ownership, yeah,
correct.
and a responsibility to each individual around you. So that's
They
what we
have to
focus
think it is their own firm and they are responsible for the growth of the firm.
perfectly, perfect, perfect.
I mean, this is brilliant, and not many people actually follow this, Sandeep. Believe me. I mean, I would say 99 out of 100 people know this,
Yes,
but when it comes to their own business,
true.
they don't want to follow. But when they were working, they
Yes,
wanted their boss to follow that system. And that's
it's
a sad story today in India. Most of the cases, I'll not say in all cases, but
yeah,
you need to, like you said, empathy and giving them that power to employees to think that it is their company. If it's going to grow tomorrow, you will get the equal share out of that. I mean, it's not that I'm going to take everything home.
exactly.
That's amazing. I mean, Sandeep, I'm so glad I took out this point. And a lot of people need to understand this, that you need to make each individual in your company an entrepreneur.
Exactly. And one more thing, as a leader, you have to do it yourself first.
Correct.
And it's an example basically. When Sachin Tendulkar is playing, every spectator says, "Arey, usne ye shot aise nahi marna chahiye tha." So, like when for others, we point out things for others, but first we should know how to do it right. So
Correct.
that's what we follow on. And one more example to give into the business is basically this market is, you know how the competition is. People use all tactics to win projects and all those kind of things. So there are a lot of things happening around us, but sticking to what you are doing, right things the right way, is more important rather than doing anything and
Correct.
everything
It
just to
plays
do
in the long
business.
run. It
Yeah.
plays in the long run.
So focus is always on a long run, not only mine, but each of the person around me, my staff, my team. Focus is long term, not short term.
I mean, I tell my clients also that play the long game. Don't look at the short-term losses or profits. Let's look at the long game. I mean, like the way Lord has made our 80-year journey scripted. Let's make something. I mean, don't look at 6 months, 1 year down the line. Look at 2, 3 years and what it's going to give you ultimately. Now, Sandeep, coming back to you, I definitely want to today know. You've been very hesitant to talk about it before also. I want to know, because I'm saying this because I want all the listeners, again and again, I'm going there because you and I are here because of them. I
Yes.
want them to learn from that as to what was your biggest failure so far and what was your biggest success. And from that, both, what did you learn? What was the takeaways? Because that's more important. What
Yeah.
takeaways you had?
True. So we were pitching in for one project in Pune. So I feel so far that was most disheartening for us. And it's a very bad feeling to lose that project. So I feel that was one of the biggest failures I had, losing that project. Why? Because we were expecting a lot out of that project. We had a very good relationship with the client. The designs had come up really nice. The way they wanted in their own logo, we have printed the entire logo as a layout,
Wow.
and they had 12 departments within the team, and the logo was such that it just divided the entire floor into 12 departments kind of. It was such a beautifully done, but somehow we could not get that project. Some factors that we run the entire race, and that last one thing is
Right.
pending. Something we fell short of, some certain thing, that is developing a strong relationship with the decision makers. That was one thing. Then we learned out of it. Relationship is everything in this world, and how you create your own image in front of the clients, and how you convince him about that you are the best. So that one thing you're falling little short there. So that was most disheartening for us,
This is
losing, and it was a good scale of a project that we have lost.
this is what Sandeep, again we teach regularly. Okay, people buy you first and then your business or product.
True.
You need to be presentable where people should trust you enough to buy you first. If you are
Exactly.
not bought,
True.
I mean, it's very, very famous. I keep giving example of a same product, same companies will not go there, but you actually you buy the person first before you buy
Exactly.
the product or service.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
What about the great success then,
Success.
Sandeep?
Success are many, and whatever we are doing now, I feel like we are the most successful people, much better than lot many. The numbers are very different. Basically, there are a lot many people who are still struggling today, and we feel we are at a very successful stage. But one example I would like to share you, one of the biggest feeling of achievement or feeling of success. A specific example: we were pitching for one of the projects in Mumbai. Again, a very big name in the industry. It's one of the top Fortune 500 companies, American company. We were pitching for the interiors, and we were pitching against. That time, our company was very young company. We were hardly 2-3 years into business, and we were pitching against other design firms. Like one of the design firm was themselves a multinational company, and I was a 3-year-old company. And it was I was pitching against a multinational company. Second bidder or second participant there was a very big contracting company with a huge turnover of 200-300 crores. The third company was again a design company. All were pitching for the same project. Yeah. So third was a design company, which was 20 years old company in the market. So here we had overcome our learning from the previous failure what we had, developing relationship with the client. So that's what we went very aggressive in the relationship, in the designing, in the pricing policies. We corrected our mistakes from what we have learned in the past, and at the end of the day, we were happy to win this project because we were recognized as a person. Our performance was recognized, and these people knew us from like 10 years before that this person will deliver it right. So we won the project against one of the biggest MNCs, one of the biggest contracting company, and a 20-year-old design firm.
I mean,
One of the biggest success I have faced.
if I had a hat, I would do like this to you, Sandeep, that the learnings that you had from your biggest failure, you converted it, studied it, and converted it into one of the biggest successes that you've had so far. Amazing. Not many people can actually boast of something like this. Coming back to you, Sandeep, I mean, we have a lot of free time nowadays. So, what is your best thing to do in your free time? What activity do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I feel the best stress buster activities what we can do is play with our kids, spend time with our kids. That's something best I
All of us
feel
do
we
this.
should all do. And my kids are very young now. Daughter is just 8 years old, and son is 3 years old.
Oh,
And my son is super active and a hyperactive kid. So it's
you are in the best
always
time of your life.
best time of the life, and you should enjoy these kind of bonding exercises with kids, especially empowering them with the knowledge and the value structure what we have, giving them examples of the great leaders around us, and similar activities, playing games. So this is the best thing I like to do in my free time.
In fact, Sandeep, we've been so busy, we are going to overrun. But it's been a great interview so far. Let me come quickly to the last question for today. Now, what key activities would you recommend all those young architects, interior designers are out there to invest their time in?
Best activity the young entrepreneurs of today should invest is in learning. People who want to be future entrepreneurs or people who are already entrepreneurs today, they should learn. They should deep dive into the pool of learning. They should build a strong foundation for themselves, strong foundation for their business, a strong foundation of the relationship with the clients. Then the swim to the entrepreneurship journey will be a superb journey.
Like we Gujaratis say, don't take the degree of MBA. Mane baddu avde. Learn. You don't know everything. There's so much
Keep
to
learning.
learn. I
Keep
agree
learning.
completely with you. Sandeep, even today we learn when I become business coach, I had almost a year and a half of relearning again to become a business coach and how I can make difference to them. And you need to. I mean, at one point of a time we used to feel कि अच्छा हुआ मैं CA lawyer नहीं बना, नहीं तो रोज पढ़ना पड़ता था. But now as you become a successful entrepreneur, you realize that whatever field you are in, you will have to spend time in learning every day. You'll have to allocate about an hour, half an hour, whatever you can allocate to learn things, what's happening in the world. It was great, Sandeep, but would you be interested who's coming? A very similar kind of a guy. Next week, we have, from your field, probably you must be knowing also. Let me tell you also and the world who's coming next week on this show.
True.
Thank you very much, Sandeep, for agreeing to come on this show and spending so much time with us. We had a lot of learning, at least I had a couple of them, which I'll take back and probably use them to train my clients. Also, it's recycling of the knowledge that we've had. Thank you very much, Sandeep, for coming and have a great future ahead. And hope to catch up with you probably in third or the fourth season again.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Sandeep.
Thank you, Simit bhai. Thank you
Very
so
much,
much.
everyone. Thank you for being there.
Thank you.